After Jacob's wrestling with God, we enter Genesis chapter 33. The next morning, as Jacob and his family approached Esau's camp, Jacob saw his brother coming towards him. Filled with trepidation, Jacob bowed low to the ground 7 times, showing his respect and humility. To his surprise, Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, weeping tears of joy. The bitterness that had once consumed their relationship seemed to melt away in that moment. Esau introduced Jacob to his men and inquired about the purpose of the gifts he had sent ahead. Jacob explained that they were a token of his desire for reconciliation. Esau, overwhelmed by Jacob's humility and generosity, accepted the gifts and offered to accompany Jacob on his journey. And that brings us to Genesis chapter 34, the defilement of Dinah. In the land of Canaan, Jacob's daughter Dinah ventured out to visit the women of the land. As she explored the nearby city, Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, saw her and was captivated by her beauty. Shechem, filled with desire, took Dinah and defiled her. When Jacob's sons heard about what had happened to their sister, they were filled with anger and grief. Furious and seeking their own form of justice, Dinah's brothers devised a plan to avenge the defilement of Dinah. They approached Shechem and his father Haymer, pretending to negotiate a peaceful resolution. The brothers cunningly proposed that Shechem could marry Dinah if all the men of their city agreed to be circumcised. They argued that this would create a union between the two families and allow for reconciliation. Shechem, deeply infatuated with Dinah, eagerly agreed to the terms and convinced the men of his city to undergo circumcision. However, unbeknownst to Shechem and his father, the brothers had ulterior motives. 3 days after the men of Shechem underwent circumcision, while they were still in pain and vulnerable, Simon and Levi, 2 of Dinah's brothers, took matters into their own hands. Under the guise of a peaceful gathering, Simon and Levi entered the city and launched a surprise attack. They killed every male in Shechem, including Shechem himself and his father Hamor. They retrieved Dinah and brought her back to their family. When Jacob learned of his son's actions, he was deeply troubled. He condemned their violent response, fearing that it would bring retaliation upon their family. He was also concerned about the damage it would cause to their reputation among the surrounding nations. Jacob expressed his disapproval to Simon and Levi, reminding them that their actions had put the entire family at risk.